Somewhere amid the rolling, sun-soaked fields of Fayetteville, Georgia, lies a place locals call Promised Land. But don't let the name fool you, this isn't just any sprawling estate. This is the kingdom of Rick Ross, the rap titan whose life is as larger than life as the booming beats that made him a household name. Here, every day feels like a performance. Lazy afternoons are spent fishing by the lake, zipping around the property in a golf cart, or throwing star-studded parties on private islands overlooking Biscayne Bay. Every mansion, every luxury car, every diamond tells a story. One chapter of the ultimate self-made American dream. But before the fame, before the yachts and the yachts of yachts, Ross was just a kid from Carol City, Florida, a place where ambition was brewing quietly and where a legendary rap career would eventually take flight. As a teen, Ross was a standout football player at Miami Carol City Senior High, a young man whose talent on the field earned him a scholarship to Albany State University in Georgia, where he studied criminal justice. Yet even in those early years, the pull of music was impossible to ignore. In a chapter few would expect from one of hip-hop's most celebrated hustlers, Ross spent 2 years as a corrections officer in the mid-90s, a period that would resurface years later, stirring controversy but never slowing him down. By the late 90s, he was making waves in Miami's underground rap scene under the name Teflon Dan Don, performing with the group Triple C's Carol City Cartel. His raw, unapologetic verses and commanding voice soon caught the attention of Miami legend Trick Daddy, setting the stage for the superstar we know today. In 2002, Ross made a guest appearance on Trina's track Told Y'all, hinting at the star he was about to become. Around that time, he reinvented himself as Rick Ross, borrowing the name from the notorious drug kingpin Freeway Rick Ross, a bold move that instantly gave him the larger-than-life persona he was aiming for. Then came the breakthrough moment.
In 2006, Rick Ross exploded onto the scene with his debut single, Hustlin', whose catchy hook became an instant street anthem. The buzz led to a major label bidding war, with Def Jam, guided by Jay-Z, ultimately signing him. His first album, Port of Miami, debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 187,000 copies in its first week, proving Ross was more than a rapper. He was a force of nature. He followed with Trilla in 2008, and in 2009 founded Maybach Music Group, or MMG, launching artists like Mille, Wale, and Gunplay. Over the next decade, albums like Teflon Don, God Forgives, I Don't, and Rather You Than Me solidified his position at the top of hip-hop. Ross's influence extends beyond music. From cooking with Martha Stewart to headlining a crypto-themed event for Donald Trump, he's a cultural icon and business mogul, turning every move into headlines. His home, Promised Land Ranch in Fayetteville, Georgia, epitomizes his lifestyle. Acquired in 2014 for $5.8 million and later expanded to 322 acres, the 54,000 square foot estate is a cinematic blend of Southern elegance and Miami flash. The mansion features 109 rooms, 12 bedrooms, 21 bathrooms, a home theater, gym, bowling alley, recording studio, and one of the nation's largest residential pools. Manicured lawns, twisting driveways, and grand terraces host epic parties, car shows, and 4th of July blowouts. Promised Land isn't just a home. It's a living testament to Rick Ross's life philosophy. Larger than life, orchestrated to perfection, and impossible to ignore. Ross hasn't just bought an estate. He's built a fully functioning ranch. Stables cradle his prized horses, and on any given morning, you might spot him feeding cows and bison. Sometimes he even hops on a tractor to mow the lawn himself, a sight so unexpected it's become the stuff of social media legend. The biggest boss in a Versace robe riding a John Deere? Only at Promised Land. And then there's the 4,000 square foot guest house, though calling it a guest house barely does it justice. It's bigger than most people's entire homes. Elsewhere on the property, a tranquil pond offers the perfect fishing spot. Multiple outbuildings host storage or events, and endless pastures make the ranch feel more like a private national park. Just when you think you've seen it all, Ross keeps adding. Recently, he's taken to boating on land, keeping small watercraft on his pond, because apparently, even a backyard lake isn't complete without its own fleet. While Promised Land is the heart of Ross's world, it's far from his only address. When the boss craves ocean views and a taste of Miami luxury, he heads south to Star Island, one of the most exclusive corners of the city. Tucked among A-list neighbors from NBA legends to music royalty, Ross's waterfront mansion is the very definition of coastal opulence. He snagged the property in July 2023, dropping $35 million and reportedly spending another $20 million on renovations. The result? A 12,000 square foot statement home on a 40,000 square foot lot, boasting 100 feet of prime Biscayne Bay frontage. Here, the view alone is priceless, but Ross made sure the house itself lives up to the scenery. A wide paved driveway lined with towering palm trees announces your arrival. You're somewhere extraordinary, somewhere designed for the life of a king, or in this case, the biggest boss. A gated entrance opens onto a stunning facade, anchored by a water fountain, the gentle trickle setting the tone long before you step inside. The entry foyer is a showstopper. 30-foot ceilings, wrap-around glass walls, and a vaulted design that makes it feel like the ocean itself has been pulled into the architecture. Step into the formal living room, and the double-height windows frame Biscayne Bay like a living, breathing postcard. A custom mahogany and oak fireplace anchors the room, but it's hard not to let your eyes wander to the terrace, where shaded seating flows seamlessly to the pool deck, blending indoor luxury with outdoor indulgence. The chef's kitchen is sleek and functional, with granite countertops, a massive center island, and top-of-the-line appliances ready for anything from a quick breakfast to a full-blown catered feast for 50. Upstairs, guest suites open onto expansive terraces, offering either bay views or the glittering Miami skyline. The master suite is its own private retreat. Floor-to-ceiling windows, direct pool access, and a spa-worthy bathroom with a soaking tub, rainfall shower, and finishes that clearly scream custom-built luxury. Outside, Miami indulgence continues. A heated infinity-edge pool with an automated cleaning system, a summer kitchen with built-in bar and grill, and a jetted hot tub tucked into a serene Japanese Zen garden. And because Ross doesn't do anything halfway, the property also includes a 40-foot private dock with full power and water hookups, perfect for docking a luxury yacht or two. From the quiet rolling hills of Georgia to Miami's glittering coastline, Rick Ross has mastered the art of living large in any environment. But his empire isn't just about where he lives, it's about how he moves. When it comes to wheels, Ross travels in legendary style. His garage isn't just a collection of luxury cars, it's a gallery of stories, each ride a chapter in his personal saga. Take the Ferrari 488 Spider, a $270,000 dream machine that Ross calls his Sunday morning escape, a car that's as much about freedom as it is about flash. The first time Ross took the Ferrari 488 Spider out, he cruised top-down along MacArthur Causeway. The sunrise painted the sky gold, and the twin-turbo V8 roared behind him like a full-blown Italian opera. Every curve of the car isn't just for show. This machine rockets from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Friends who've ridden shotguns swear that the sound alone is worth every penny.
Then there's the Mercedes-Benz AMG G63, his $160,000 everyday tank. Ross picked it for its perfect balance of military-grade toughness and leather-wrapped luxury. He still remembers rolling through Atlanta the first time in it, music blasting, sitting high enough to look over traffic like a king surveying his kingdom. With its growling AMG V8 and diamond-stitched seats, it's brute force with a velvet touch. A car that commands respect without saying a word. For moments when quiet power is required, Ross turns to his Rolls-Royce Phantom, a $490,000 quiet storm. His first ride was to a business meeting in New York, and the moment those coach doors closed, the city's chaos disappeared. Inside, the starlight headliner shimmered, and the ride felt less like driving and more like floating in a private boardroom, the perfect setting for sealing million-dollar deals. And when he wants speed without sacrificing Rolls-Royce elegance, he reaches for the Wraith, priced at $340,000. Ross once took it for a late-night run down Ocean Drive, the V12 humming like a lullaby while city lights danced across its sleek fastback. It's a car that thrills, yet remains refined, ready for a heart-racing escape or a black-tie arrival. For Rick Ross, a gentleman's muscle car is more than horsepower, it's history. Take his $130,000 1955 Chevy Bel Air, a candy-colored classic he picked up at auction. With its chrome trim and 1950s Americana charm, it's less about speed and more about nostalgia. One summer evening in Fayetteville, Ross cruised slowly with Motown on the radio, the Bel Air turning every street into a memory lane. Then there's the Lamborghini Aventador, a $450,000 spectacle of raw power. Low, wide, and unapologetically loud, Ross debuted it at his Promised Land car show, igniting the crowd like a concert encore. Every press of the throttle screams boldness. Subtlety has no place here. When even the finest cars can't go far enough, Ross takes to the skies. In April 2023, he bought a 2012 Gulfstream G550 for nearly $20 million under Maybach Air LLC. This isn't just a jet, it's a flying penthouse. Cream leather seats, polished wood panels, and a stocked galley turn flights into indulgent experiences. Its 6,700 nautical mile range offers ultimate freedom. No TSA lines, no waiting lounges, just the power to wake up in Georgia and have lunch in Paris. Like his cars, the Gulfstream isn't just transportation, it's an extension of Ross's lifestyle, a stage for making an entrance even at 40,000 feet. But if you think the luxury stops there, hold on. Ross spends on things most people wouldn't even imagine.
Take the gold key pendant. Not a symbol of a car, but a statement of status. Crafted entirely from solid gold and studded with diamonds, it costs around $25,000. To Ross, it's more than jewelry. It's a declaration that he holds the keys to his own kingdom. Then there's the diamond-encrusted basketball, a sparkling tribute to the Miami Heat's 75th anniversary. No dribbling allowed, it sits like a crown jewel in his collection, valued at tens of thousands. And the pièce de résistance? A custom self-portrait pendant, a miniature iced-out version of his own face worth over $1 million. The craftsmanship is insane. Tiny diamond sunglasses, perfect facial details, a full-on work of wearable art created by his go-to jeweler, Johnny Dang. And just when you think it can't get more extravagant, there's Ross's watch collection, a masterclass in excess, a parade of luxury ticking with story, status, and swagger. Rick Ross's watch collection reads like a hall of fame for luxury timepieces. From a yellow gold Rolex day-date President with a diamond-studded dial, $70,000, to an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, $130,000. He's a collector with exquisite taste. But the real showstoppers are next level. A Richard Mille Abu Dhabi in sapphire with blue accents, $600,000. A Jacob & Co. Mystery Tourbillon with spinning diamond discs, $1.3 million. And the crown jewel, the Richard Mille Billionaire Ashoka with over 500 sapphires, valued at $2 million. These lavish purchases reflect not just style, but a $150 million empire built on savvy business moves. It all started with music. In 2006, Hustlin' became a street anthem, launching Ross as the biggest boss and fueling a series of chart-topping albums and sold-out tours. In 2009, he founded Maybach Music Group, turning stars like Mille and Whale into cash-generating successes. Ross's financial acumen extends beyond music. His investment in over 25 Wingstop franchises reportedly generates $500,000 a month, and a Checkers drive-thru in Miami adds another revenue stream. Luxury, lifestyle, and hustle intertwine seamlessly. Flashy watches and Versace robes sit atop a foundation of smart business moves, strategic investments, and a talent for turning personal passions like lemon pepper wings into serious wealth. For Rick Ross, the empire is as calculated as it is extravagant. Ross didn't stop at food. He became the face of Luc Belaire champagne, and his signature bottle-popping image helped skyrocket sales across the U.S. He lent the same star power to Bumbu Rum, McQueen, and Violet Fog Gin, turning them into drinks that now feel inseparable from his brand. When cannabis exploded into a billion-dollar industry, Ross co-created Collins Avenue with cookies, staking his claim early. He even dipped into tech, investing $1 million in JetDoc, a digital healthcare platform, proof that his moves aren't just about cash, they're about future-proofing his empire. Add to that over 17 brand partnerships, from Reebok to Rap Snacks, and an Instagram following topping 20 million, where sponsored posts turn into six-figure paydays, and it's clear how the biggest boss keeps his accounts stacked.
But Ross's wealth isn't just for show. Over the years, he's used his fortune to create opportunities, strengthen communities, and support essential services, proving that being the boss isn't just about living large, it's about lifting others along the way. Philanthropy. Giving back is a core part of Rick Ross's life. Through initiatives like the Boss Up grants, he fuels entrepreneurs ready to scale, even auctioning rare personal items, custom jewelry, luxury clothing, and more in 2024 to fund the program alongside NYC's Creative Collective. His generosity extends to healthcare. In June 2023, Ross donated $30,179 to Save George's Fayette Care Clinic, keeping essential services for low-income and uninsured residents. Ross has also contributed hands-on, helping build a veterans home with Southern Crescent Habitat for Humanity in 2020 and guiding families in financial literacy. His impact isn't limited to the US. In Lagos, Nigeria, he supported underserved communities, earning local recognition. Every back-to-school season, he funds Florida programs for at-risk youth and partnered with Magic Johnson's Burger King to host the first-ever Rick Ross Day Out, celebrating youth engagement. Yet beyond these public acts, the most personal side of Ross's life shines through in his devotion to the people closest to him. Personal life. Beyond the glitz, cars, and mansions, Rick Ross's greatest role is being a father. He has 5 children: Toy, William III, Berkeley, Billion, and Bliss, each from different chapters of his life. Toy with Lastonia Leviston, William III with Tia Kemp, and Berkeley, Billion, and Bliss with longtime partner Brianna Camille. Romance has also drawn attention, including a brief engagement to model Lyra Galar Mercer in 2015. Yet through it all, family remains his anchor, grounding him beyond the music, wealth, and fame. Faith has also been a cornerstone. Ross prays for every performance, crediting God for guiding him through highs and lows. Health challenges, from 2 seizures in one day in 2011 to life support after a suspected heart attack in 2018, tested him, but he always bounced back, reshaping his lifestyle and ambitions. To fans, he's the biggest boss, but to loved ones, he's a resilient man who has faced life's battles, celebrated victories, and built a life entirely on his own terms. And now, as we close the gates of Promised Land and step away from the diamond-studded details of a life lived large, here's one final thought. Thank you for taking this journey into the world of the biggest boss. There are more extraordinary lives and unforgettable stories ahead, and trust me, you won't want to miss the next one.